Alrighty friends, I'm at Twain Beach and this is the second video on why everyone should do Vipassana. Watch the first one on what Vipassana is. This video is on concentration and awareness. So there's two main points to the Vipassana meditation system. One is awareness and the other one is equanimity. I'll talk about equanimity in the next video. Awareness and concentration go together. So the actual technique itself involves you being aware of sensations in your body. So to give you an idea, if you close your eyes and lift your hand up, even though I can't see where my hand is, I know where it is in space because I can feel it. There's a tingling sensation, an energy there. As you refine your meditation technique, you start to feel, for example, what my pinky knuckle feels like, or what my left knee feels like, into minute spaces. Now, what this does is, there's a few things in the Buddhist philosophy. One main part is being present in the moment. If you're fully present right now, there can be no suffering. Suffering only happens when you're trying to be, or following thoughts from the past or the future, or being somewhere else but right here in the now. And there's a quote that says, "Enjoy this moment is your life," by Amar Khayyam. Basically, your life is made up of millions of this moment. A moment is that long. But you will waste all of these moments, your real life, instead being in an imaginary future or ruminating on past hurts or good times in the past. You'd wish you were back there, rather than just being in the moment. And you are in the moment. So you're wasting your life being somewhere else. You can't be anywhere but the now. As Eckhart Tolle says, even when you think about the past, you're thinking about it in the now. And even when you think about something in the future, create a future, you're thinking about the future in the now. There's only right now. So let's see how this works in the real world. First of all, a real world example of this right now, I sat down to meditate before I did this video. And as soon as I sat down, I started to think about, I should talk about that. I better go do the video now before I forget about these things. Now that is exactly the things we're doing all day long. The system says, the thought comes, forget the thought, come back to focusing on your body. Another thought comes, a worry, for example. A worry might be about your finances, it might be about your relationship, it might be about not liking your job or your health, and you worry about something, and rather than being in the now, you start thinking about this, worrying about this thing. First of all, thinking rarely solves our problems. As you know, when you've got a problem and you could spend weeks, months, a whole day worrying, thinking about it, but it's rarely your own mind just through thinking solves the problem. It's often when you have a conversation with someone else the problem gets solved. You have a new idea, I could just do that, or you're in the shower concentrating on something like that, or doing something different, and then the idea comes to you how to solve it, not when you're worrying through your head about how to solve the problem. Now, there's another point I want to get to here, that most people, the misconception about meditation is that it's relaxation. There are types of meditations where you might relax your breath and that slows your heart rate and that calms your body and in turn can calm your mind. But most meditation, most Buddhist meditation, is not about relaxing your body, it's about concentration. As I talked about, concentrating on your body. By fully concentrating on something, you naturally start to relax the outside thoughts because you're not giving them any energy. When you're giving a thought energy, you're giving it, you're feeding it energy to grow on you. And as you're going through the 10 days, you're taught the system, and you're taught about sankharas, which is like, the word sankhara refers to cravings and aversions. When you're craving something, or a thought comes in, negative or positive, and you latch onto that thought because you don't want to be in the moment. You might be bored, you're uncomfortable, you want to think about being somewhere else. But when you're not focused in the moment, you're feeding that thought, which is storing emotion in your body and not allowing you to live in the now. So when you're focusing on concentration, there's a few things that come out of it in your real life. One, you're not feeding the hungry ghosts, which are problems in your life, by just thinking about them, making them bigger and bigger and bigger by giving them more and more thought and energy. You're focused on the task at hand right now, the action at hand right now. As Sadhguru says, if everyone was to cook their meals like they go about achieving their goals, it'd be like this. It'd look like this. I turn on the stove, I turn off the stove. I turn on the stove, I turn off the stove. It's a slow process, he says. What he's referring to is that when we're chasing a goal, and I'm the worst at this is a big problem for me, my concentration is all over the place, that when we're chasing a goal, and as soon as it gets uncomfortable or boring, I'll go do something else. I'm hungry, I'll go chase that. Or, a shiny thing. Someone calls you, I'll go hang out with that person for a while. Oh, I do want to achieve that goal. I'll come back to the goal a bit. So I'll work a bit in the goal, distract again, come back to the goal, work a little bit more. Where if you focus all your energy on that goal, it gets achieved much more quickly, and you stop wasting time going to things that might give you a little bit of instant pleasure, but overall, through research, and I'll talk about this in later videos, those exercises that give you, that they call them gratification, exercises that are sometimes painful in the moment. Exercise is a good one. Not really that enjoyable in the moment, don't give you pleasure in the moment, often, but on looking back, you are happy you didn't. They feel better, they give you more alignment, whatever. Concentration allows you to start to focus on those things that give you that full of life happiness and pleasure, rather than short instant gratification, which gives you maybe, like eating an ice cream, 10 seconds of pleasure and then it's gone, and then you also have all the negatives of putting on weight or feeling the sugar come down afterwards. Focusing on putting your concentration in the actions that matter, rather than worrying about problems that normally you don't solve through the worry. It's focusing your brain on the things that matter to make you, ultimately the key is to make you happier, to make you feel more joyful. And over the next few videos I'm going to explain how you use the concentration and into the enjoyment and life satisfaction. Alright, thank you. Have fun. Go try Vipassana. Speak in the next one.